The soothing sounds of nature getting out in it on these old gravel roads. These are the last country gravel roads I can find that go for miles and miles and miles. These have all the hallmarks of being out in the country, including, I don't know if you can hear that, the popping in the background, because the police shooting range is about a mile down the road that way. But we're not out here for that. We're out here for these gravel roads and for something to ride on these gravel roads. A lot of you have been waiting on this. The new Ozark Trail. This is called the G.1 or G.1 Explorer, but doesn't have any branding on the actual bike. But this is it. The new gravel bike sold at Walmart from the Ozark Trail brand, a Walmart brand. And let me tell you, there's some specialness about this. Budget pricing. I'll put the price up in the title. Crazy affordable and well built. Good welds. We'll go into all of that. I'm going to start up top here at the bars, drop bars. If you watch my channel, you know I'm not normally a fan of drop bars. I'm not a gravel bike kind of guy, but I got to tell you, this one might be changing my mind because I'm about to put some miles on it with these drop bars. And check this out. This looks like the expensive kind of drop bars where they come down and they kind of swing out. You see that? How it sweeps out down here at the lowers or lower grips. I don't even know the terms. I just know there's the upper, there's this, and there's, I think this is called the horn. We'll get into those too. But these bars, 31.8 diameter. They do have the little indexing mark. You can see it there, makes it easy to adjust them. I believe this is a 50 millimeter stem. I'll put it in the description if it's anything different. But the wrap on these, almost a digital camo, very soft, grippy, lower and upper, wrapped well. I like this so far, even just that. You're going to see so much good stuff here. Soft-ish. Could be softer, but not too bad at all. R2, L-TWOO, Lieutenant Woo, L-TWOO, goes by a bunch of names. This is a nice setup here. Brakes, shifter, a better angle here for you. There's a button for shifting up or down, and there's that adjustment indexing mark. Very nice. And of course, shifters on both sides, because when we get to this drivetrain, a couple of good things there for the price. Yeah, L-TWOO, not rattly, not loose, very nice up top. Moving down, no tapered head tube. I don't even know if they do tapered head tubes on gravel bikes, but I do know they do rigid forks. This is, I believe, a steel fork, and look at all those bosses for mounting different things on both sides. Yeah, see? Both sides. The wheels 700C, these rims 20 millimeters, it said in the documentation on the Walmart website, or the description on the Walmart website. Kindas, because there's this and there's that, no other branding. But the tread, very gravelly. Kind of a, well, you know, not the most aggressive knobs I've seen as far as a gravel bike go, but out of the box with the gum wall trim, you know, it's a good look. I expect these are going to do just fine. Now, one thing about this wheel card, 700C, that is proper with these tires. By the way, these are 700 by 40C, but this height, 5'4" to 6'3", I think that is counting both the frame sizes that this is available in, or at least that I see it on their site as available in, rated in centimeters, but sizing maybe a little bit pliable or flexible, because I don't know that a 5'4" person is going to be very comfortable, but they do have another frame size. This frame, look at that, internal cable routing, and the welds look pretty good. The coloring, this is an OD green or a green, but it's like that toy soldier OD green, not a dark military OD green. It's really cool looking. It looks nice. It looks outdoorsy. Drivetrain, stickers and all. Polymer pedals, you know, you almost always replace the pedals. Crank arms, 170 millimeter alloy. Chain rings up front, because this is a 2x. It's a 2x7. We'll get to the 7 in a second. These two, I'll have to put the specs on your screen because of the sun. I can't see them. that is the front derailleur to shift through the 2 gears. L-TWOO, R2, just like up front, or up top rather. Let's get to the back. So 2, 7, Tourney TZ500 per the specs. And look, these are tried and true. These old Tourneys, and given the price for this, it's kind of built to upgrade, I would say. A lot of potential there. But this Tourney TZ, it'll be enough on gravel roads, and it's just not that demanding to get started on a gravel road with the Tourney. So given the price, I'm going to say that's okay, especially since it has a replaceable derailleur hanger. Now this rear gearing, I like this. I like the 2x. This rear gearing, that's a Freewheel, a standard 14 to 28 tooth Freewheel. So that's going to be my big question coming in. Is this going to have enough range for me? I like easy pedaling and easy going. That is a small chainring there on the inside. You know, given the price and the fact that it can be upgraded, I'm okay with this as the out-of-the-box drivetrain. Mounting points, always important on a gravel bike. If you're a fendery person, you have that. You have some mount points here. You have some mount points here. I don't know why there are none there, but there are some here. Of course, on both sides here up on the fender, and then on the underside here. Definitely usable. L-TWOO, R2, L-TWOO, Lieutenant Woo, whatever, that's the brakes. They are mechanical disc brakes, 160 millimeter rotor, that's up front. Oh, and by the way, quick release wheel up front, quick release wheel at the back, and also a 160 millimeter rotor at the rear. And a kickstand. I know, some purists are gonna balk at that kickstand, but hey, people add them onto bikes, and I do like the way they did this one. Take this out, have some little recesses here that black plugs will fit in to keep it nice and clean looking. Oh, here's the bottom bracket. And I just noticed this, look at that. Even the Ozark Trail logo end caps on these bars. Another peek at the welds, quick release seat post clamp. There's the saddle. Let you make what you can out of that. I'll let you know in a moment if this is comfortable. You know, kind of a budget mounting here for the saddle. And this seat post, let's see what size this is. 27.2. I don't know if you can see that. 27.2. There's a peep at the seat post guts. I left that hang tag in place, but I got overzealous and ripped this one off. As I mentioned, on their website, it says this is the G.1 Explorer, but on the actual hang tag, it just says 700C Ozark Trail Medium. It does say that it is a gravel bike. There's the slot number, the item number, and the barcode. Oh yeah, whoop, come back. On the opposite side, versatile bike, on-road and off-road riding, fitness, trail, whatever. You can read all this. Read that and get what you want. I just showed it all to you. Now let's get this ready, meaning take that wheel card out, and let's get this on this gravel road and see how far I can go and my first impressions as far as the ride on this newest, most budget, very well equipped budget Walmart gravel bike, the Ozark Trail G.1 Explorer. Super impressed thus far. Here we go. This should be an adventure because what you're seeing is me familiarizing myself with shifting the brifters. I don't know if I'm using that term right. I don't ride drop bar bikes often, so there is a remembering curve. But you know the old saying, it's like riding a bike. So I was able to get right back into the groove with these. They're pretty intuitive. But one thing about this bike is clear. My first observation about it, I took this bike out of the box, put on the front wheel, bolted on the bars, and put on the pedals. Other than checking the tightness of a couple of critical bolts, I didn't do any adjusting. And the bike shifts through all the gears quite well out of the box. For me, a sign of assembly quality from the factory and good packaging. Things come out without needing a lot of adjustments. Just literally get on it and ride. My second observation, these tires work on gravel, kind of a necessity when you're riding a gravel bike, but these Kendas do an adequate job cutting through what is kind of a mix. Even though it looks consistent here, there are thick, loose gravel parts, and there are packed parts with that light coating of loose gravel with rocks of different sizes. I do know that gravel bikes are also ridden in other environments. They make good overall adventure bikes, they make good as just a road bike, and I know of at least one person that rides them on mountain bike trails. Drop bars and all, so as I churn through the miles, I know they're capable, adaptable, but at their core, they're made for riding on gravel. And these roads, this is what I have to work with, and I think they put it through a good test because there are the slippery parts, there are the loose gravel parts. I think it's a testament that out of the box it can handle this, and without me complaining. I mean, that alone is a big test, and what it looks like I might be wavering around a little bit, that's just kind of riding the waves of gravel. And eventually I came across civilization, some actual streets to get this on, where I could see as a road bike, if you're a roadie, this bike would work well for that out of the box at a very affordable price. Now going uphill, I did find one hill. It pedaled up this gearing. It will go up the hill without too much struggle. Down the hill, it's kind of safe gearing. Let me just put it that way. The top speed isn't super fast. The ease uphill isn't the easiest, but it's not bad. It's just right in a safe medium. I never found myself looking for a gear that wasn't there on this bike. I just knew kind of where its ranges were. It just flows naturally. That's good planning. When I can get out and ride for miles more than I intended to ride, that tells me, again, good planning, a bike that comes together to be a fun bike to ride. When you're talking about bikes that are super affordable, like this one is currently priced, you know, sometimes there's sacrifices. Not really sacrifices with this bike. It's a lot of bike. A lot of bike for a good budget price. I'm really impressed, and I don't get impressed over gravel bikes often. Probably the biggest negative to anything that has to do with this bike is that where I took it, every road literally looks the same. Which I guess in itself is another bonus discovery because there are way more gravel roads out here than I ever thought there were. So many, and the fact that they all look the same, I got lost. Mixed up a left turn with the right turn. What I expected to be a quick test ride turned into a lost journey with quite a few more miles. And here, this gives you an idea. That was flat. No, it's actually an incline. Being lost, two benefits: extra mileage, more testing, but also I can now check adventure biking on a gravel bike off of my list because it was an adventure to find my car. I finally did. I saw the blueberry, a beacon up on the left. And now I'm going to stop here and get back to my real-time thoughts as soon as I finished that ride. All 12.5 miles of it. Just a little bit of dirt on the Kendas, 700 by 40C. My verdict, I'm still not a gravel biker by any stretch, but you know, as far as gravel bikes go, I've ridden some that cost up to, I don't know, what, 900 bucks I think. And I would say this would be fairly priced, hundreds more than it is. So the Ozark Trail G.1 Explorer Gravel Bike. Walmart has a winner here. This is upgradable, internal cable riding, a beautiful frame. Lightweight as far as budget gravel bikes go, 30 pounds. Yeah, it's nice. Stops well, rides well. The gearing, I will say this. If there's a couple of complaints that I have, it's that top speed, I clocked 22.6 miles per hour. You're just limited with a 14 to 28 tooth at the back. And this saddle, that will definitely be replaced. Not comfortable after about 3 miles. While I'm replacing that, I'll put a better seat post on this, but look at that. Quick release clamp. It's ready to go, ready to be upgraded. That's my opinions. I know a lot of you have been waiting on this, so let me know what you think. A gravel bike that doesn't break the budget and is actually kind of awesome for a budget bike. I wouldn't even call this a budget bike. I just call this a good bike that happens to be affordable. Comment below with your opinions. Thanks for watching.